Oh, we're live. Welcome to the Mr. Hydration Station. I am your host, Mr. Hydration. Wow. Why? Look, my hair looks all frizzy. Look at this. Fixed it. Bam. But anyway, welcome to the Mr. Hydration Station. I am your host, Mr. Hydration. My voice is probably not the best because I spent all weekend jamming out. Thursday, Friday, I was at Sugar Creek Music Festival, one of the biggest music festivals in Illinois. And I had the pleasure of jumping on stage with Peter Julian of the Bongo Pablo Super Jam. Then I went Saturday. I was the DJing over at the Silver Fox here in Streator, which was amazing. The first night ever he's had a DJ in there. For it to be a DJ night, it was cool. I waited until midnight to do EDM music. I probably should have done it all night, but you live and you learn. But we did a countdown for the 4th, like something like New Year's Eve. It was really cool. After that, yesterday I was at the Black Rose Saloon, and I was jamming out there. And man, my voice is shot. And then I shot a music video yesterday. I thought that was cool. I didn't even do it. It was something on the random, but hopefully that we get some content from that later on. Not later on, but sooner than later, I should say. So yeah, I want to give a shout out to multiple people that sponsor me, support me. Rodriguez BJJ out of Peru, Illinois. If you want to learn from the best in this area, you gotta go to Rodriguez BJJ. It's right here. If you're from Streator, you ain't gonna get no better than what they got going on over there, especially from one of the best. He's literally proven it many, many times. He's one of the best in this area, and the world. He's won worlds. Like there's no denying him at all. He's a great person, ambassador of the sport, and teacher as well. That's Danny Rodriguez. And that is Rodriguez Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the Peru, Illinois Mall. Make sure you go check him out. He also works with Lucas Too Strong Walney, another person I want to give a shout out to. Great person, great mind. He's going to represent for he's representing Team USA in Italy. I don't think you understand the gravity of that. He is representing the United States in Italy. Team USA at 178 pounds or 179 pounds. I can't remember. But either way, dude, this is all people from our area, and you guys should be supporting the hell out of them. So make sure you, I always give them a shout out, obviously, because they're my homies, number one. And number two, they support me, so I support them as well. Except I'm more of a musician, and they are amazing fighters, practitioners, and teachers. Another shout out I want to give is to Kevin Killalea. He's the one who took this picture right here. Boom, right there. He took that at Riverfest, and I was looking out into the audience, and he snapped it like right at the right moment. I started using it as my Mr. Hydration banner because I really like the picture. So Kevin Killalea, that's K squared imagery. K, the word squared, space imagery. So K squared imagery. Pretty cool stuff. There he does. You can find him on Facebook. Another person I want to give a shout out to, Sup Marf Studios. That's SUP Marf Studios, one word. Sup Marf Studios, MARF. He shot my second music video. He's continuing to help me with podcasts in terms of filming, and he's also the one that I don't know. I'll talk about that later on. But real cool person. He'll shoot music videos for you. He'll record your music. He'll give you tracks if you're a rapper. He does it all. He's the man. I'm telling you, he is a legend in his own right, and he's got everything at his disposal, and I cannot wait for really I can't wait to see what he does with it. It's going to be really exciting. Another person I want to give a shout out to is DJ Slim. If you need any kind of entertainment for any bars, bar mitzvahs, birthdays, I don't know, something with the community, whatever you need noise and you need it to be loud, we got you covered at DJ Slim. I work with him, and he's a real cool guy. He supported me back when I had nothing. Really awesome cat. So I always encourage people to reach out to him to get some kind of entertainment or book something in terms of that. It's a real cool time. You can reach him at 815-257-1406. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's 2601. 815-257-2601. Yeah, sorry. I totally spaced there. I'm a little tired. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a lot tired, really. And I also want to give a shout out to the Hard Rock Radio Network. That's HRRNrocks.com. They're the ones that started me out in this podcasting endeavor. Without them, I would probably never even thought about it, and so I owe them a ton. The Hard Rock Radio Network of Peru, Illinois. You should check them out on Facebook. They have the Hard Rock Radio Network, and then they have the Hard Rock Radio Network of Peru, Illinois. And I also want to give a shout out to PFC, Peoria Fight Club. That's Robert Bryant's baby. He's brought it up from fighting the streets, and now he's at Club Truth. Club Truth nightclub. I'm not sure how you say that all the way through, but you can just Google it. Club Truth in Bartonville, Illinois. They do it every other Saturday. They host fights. They do performances there. It's a really, really cool mesh of humans, and you get to see really amazing fights there, and really awesome expression of martial arts. Whether you want to box, kickbox, wrestle, grapple, do MMA, whatever you want to do, as long as two people agree. You can even do 2-on-2, 3-on-3, whatever. You got some homies that you believe you can fight with, then go out there and you can ask and see what happens. As long as two parties agree, and you guys can meet in the middle and see what's up. It's a really, really cool place. PFC, Peoria Fight Club. Check that out. That's Robert Bryant right there. Bam. What? Too strong. Hey, what up, RJ? How you doing, brother? What's up, man? This is cool. All right, so I got done with my sponsors. You heard them all. Rodriguez BJJ, Too Strong, Kevin Kelly at K Squared Imagery, DJ Slim and Submar Studios, and PFC. I just give them a shout out. Really, it's not like these people give me money. I just give them shout outs because they support me. I call them my sponsors because I give them their respect. But they're really cool cats. But the whole reason everyone is here is because we got Bryce Kaiser. Bryce Kaiser. We're going to bring him on right now. Let's do this. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Bryce?
What's going on?
How you feeling, man? You feeling like a champ or what?
I'm feeling pretty great. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, my man. I'm feeling good. A little rough in the voice, but whatever. That's what you get for 4 days of jamming.
Yeah. I always get a little hoarse after the fight.
Yeah, I bet, man. I bet. Yeah. So how you feeling, man? Tell me, what are the emotions like right now?
I don't know. It's pretty cool. I almost feel like it came a little too easy. I'm excited for a fight that's going to challenge me a little more. Take it into the further rounds, see how I can hold myself compared to just going in for a round or two.
I feel that, man. I mean, it's I'm sure, every fighter wants to be pushed to the brink, right? That you want to really challenge yourself, and for you to say that means, man, I mean, you got plenty of contenders who you're looking at next. Do you have someone in mind next? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, actually, we just set it in stone today. I'll be fighting Samurai Chino this Saturday, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be defending the belt for the first time. And I'm going to be taking that number one position in PFC featherweights because I'm keeping that belt. I don't like to talk a lot of shit. I'll stay humble, but he's not taking the belt.
Hey man, there's nothing wrong with that, man. There's people who like to talk shit. There's people that don't. Either way, you got to meet in the cage, so it doesn't matter what you say.
Exactly. There's no point to talk. Just get in there and show what you can do.
I do have to ask you, what are your opinions on Samurai Chino?
He definitely looks very crisp with his punches. I will give him that. He looks nice and clean. He flows like water. He looks good when he fights. But I'm not sure he hits very hard. We'll see.
All right, fair enough, man. I do have to ask you, what were the emotions like going in to Saturday before you even got to Club Truth?
Honestly, all day I was kind of just trying to stretch out and stay loose, stay calm. I relaxed most of the day, just stretched and kind of moved around a little bit, did a little mitt work, tried to keep myself loose, and then getting closer up to the fight, I got a little nervous, but I was pretty confident, so I wasn't too worried about it. It was different. It was a lot different.
Yeah. What were your expectations then?
Well, I was kind of expecting to get there, and I don't know. I didn't think it was gonna go quite the way it did. I planned on waiting it out a lot longer and going into the second and third round and then trying to get into it. But I got in there and was feeling it out, and it just felt a lot better than I kind of thought it was going to. Felt a lot. I'm not real good with my words. I don't know.
No, it is, as long as you're good with your fists, right?
Right, right. Like I said, I don't do a lot of talking.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man. We're just here to pick your brain, get people to know you, how you think,
Yeah, yeah.
how you feel. So obviously you get in the ring and it's a lot easier than what you expected, and no discredit to your opponent.
Oh, no, no disrespect,
Right,
because
right.
Trev hits hard. He got me with that first hook, and you can see it. I step back, and you can see it. He hits pretty hard. So
So
I won't.
obviously
No
you.
disrespect towards him. He's been putting in a lot of work.
Oh yeah, 100%. I do have to ask you though, compared to your training, did everything go as smoothly as it could have, or did it just go a lot easier than you expected?
It could have been a lot smoother because I feel like my footwork was all over the place. If you kind of watch, my feet were really far apart, and I was on my heels a lot more than I would have liked to have been. But I mean, yes, it came easier, but it didn't feel as clean as it could have been.
Right, right. No flawless victory then, huh?
There's always room for improvement, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. So, looking at the landscape of the featherweight division, you are now king. What are your expectations? I guess say obviously you got Samurai Chino, and you shouldn't look past him. You should never look past an opponent. But what is the featherweight division looking like overall?
Most of the featherweights, I'm. We shouldn't. I'm not super worried about AP. I feel will be a very fun and interesting match, and same with Chino. I feel like that will be a very fun, interesting match. There hasn't been a lot of names. I'm not real keen. I don't know a whole lot of the fighters yet. I haven't been doing PFC a lot, so I'm from the featherweights I have watched and seen. I'm not too worried so far by too many of them. But Chino and AP, I definitely think will be an interesting match. They'll be good ones to see.
I mean, I'm excited to see them too, especially after Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see how it all plays out in the end. I guess is what I'm trying to get at. So other than your fight, what would you say was I guess not your favorite fight, but let's go with that. What was your favorite fight of Saturday night outside of yours?
Ooh, that's a hard one. There was a lot. They were all pretty good fights. There wasn't a whole lot of fights, but they were all pretty interesting. I liked the MMA one with shoot, I can't really remember his name, but it ended up switching around like completely from how we thought it was gonna go. It was the first match of the night, and it definitely set the energy pretty well because Nathaniel and Deshaun, Nathaniel came out and he kind of got knocked around a little bit at first, and then his wrestling like really came out. You can tell he has a really good wrestling base because his ground game turned around the whole match. Like that won him in the match. Like
Nice.
His ground game saved him. I thought that one turned around good. I was pretty proud of him. I gave him props after that match because I think the whole crowd kind of got taken by surprise on that one.
Yeah, yeah. Don't you love those sleeper matches that end up being bangers?
Or the fights that just go the whole opposite way that you think anyways, like they just throw you off. You'll think something's happening, and then it's like, oh wow, like complete reverse. They really get the crowd going.
Awesome. And Nathaniel's a monster in his own right. I remember interviewing him. I think it was his second fight at PFC. Maybe it was his second fight. I'm not really sure. But then he started training with Too Strong, and man, he's getting there, dude. And Denzel out there went out and represented for Too Strong too.
Yep. They both look very nice out there.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's always good to hear. It's always good to hear. So obviously he gets into this fight, and it's a crazy fight. Awesome. It's awe-inspiring. It's making all these people bringing up the energy. What did that do for you personally? Did that pump you up?
Yeah, it kind of set my mood a little. Nathaniel came out. Nathaniel always comes out with a lot of energy, like real hard. Like he's always really explosive at the beginning of the match. I think that was a really good first match because it got the ball rolling a little bit with the mood. Like that first match, it's always good to have a good like boom right at the beginning.
Right. Yeah.
Get everybody hyped for the night.
You always want a banger of an opener, and it's always awesome when you get it. So I have to ask you, man, the whole night. You're waiting for your fight. Your fight finally comes. You get in the ring. They're about to say go. They're about to say start. What are you going through in your mind at that moment?
I'm kind of just standing there. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at Tony, and I'm just waiting for that bell to ring. I'm ready to get in there, see how his punches feel, how he feels, how he moves, how he reacts. It just everything kind of nothing else is there. It's just like quiet almost. Like the crowd's really loud, but at the same time, like you don't hear them. Like they're really loud, but at the same time, you hear nothing but like the gloves hitting. Like the gloves aren't louder than the crowd, but they always sound louder than the crowd when you get in there because it's like that's all you're focusing on is what's going on there, and everything else is just kind of like not there as much.
Right. You just block it all out. So once once you win, but once they wrap the belt, give you the belt, what are those emotions like?
It was kind of crazy. It was a little different. I was really excited, as you could, if anybody's seen, you could tell I was really excited. I was all hyped. I wasn't exactly surprised, but I was definitely very, very proud of myself.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. It's obviously it's a goal of everyone that gets in the fight to be a champion, and for you to be the champion of PFC, man. Those emotions had to have been just overwhelming.
Yes, and it came a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. I didn't think I would get the chance as quick, and I think a lot of people don't agree with the fact that I got the chance as quick just because I have only had 3 fights, and I do understand that. I get that I had to earn it. I didn't want it for free, and I'm going to continue to prove that I deserve it.
I mean, that's what you should do as a champion. I mean, they say whoever said that you don't deserve the shot obviously can't say anything now because you won.
Yes, definitely.
You won fair and square. No matter what they thought or didn't think, the results are the loudest words in the room. You know what I mean? And
yes,
now you're going to go on to defend your belt against Samurai. So do you have a for sure date for the Samurai fight?
Yes, this weekend, this coming Saturday.
It's going to be this Saturday?
The 10th, right? Something like that.
Okay. All right. Dang, I thought it'd be like I thought it was every 2 weeks for PFC they were doing now.
I thought so too, but then it had gotten brought up that there was going to be fights this week.
All right, cool. Hey, man, have at it. More power to you. You're the champ, right? Yeah. I obviously already asked you what your thoughts are on Chino. We already talked about that. What fights are you looking forward to for next week, other than your own? If you know of any.
I don't actually know who all is fighting next week, so I can't really speak on that. I'm not sure yet. Is your fight this weekend or is it?
I gotta talk to Bryce Kaiser. So stretch schedule on the 31st.
Okay.
31st.
My buddy Malachi is trying to make his debut fight at PFC.
Oh yeah.
Is
that him right there?
Yep. He's going to be trying to get a fight this weekend, but we haven't been able to get a hold of our other pal for a minute. So if that doesn't work out, he might go for Sir Stretch the 31st if we can make that work.
Nice. Robert Bryant names off the featherweights. Bryce, AP, Trev, Swervo, Dustin, CJ, Omar, OTF, Alex. They're all the featherweight division. All right, thanks, Robert. Appreciate it. DeAndre Scott says Chino need to come take his belt back with an exclamation point.
I don't think it's happening.
There you go, man.
I want to keep it.
Hey, that's the goal, right? Win the championship, keep the championship. Sure. Got to defend it for sure, man. And man, I got to tell you, man. I got to tell you, I'm super excited that number one, you're immediately defending your belt, but number two, you're defending it a whole week later. Like that's some baller shit, man. I'll be honest with you. That's some baller shit. You're coming in a week later.
Well, let's just hope I can hold it for longer than a week,
Hey, man, got to put them hours in, right?
Every day. I work all day full time, and then I get off work and I go train, and then after I'm done training, I go work out and go for a run before bed. So
that's awesome, man. Hell yeah. So I want to ask you, who do you train with?
I train with the 309 Gladiators.
Oh yeah, nice.
Charlie. He does very good for me. They support me like a family. Like we are a very close knit group.
That's beautiful here, man. You need that. You need that for sure, man.
Oh yes,
Tr-
definitely. You need support when you're in there.
Oh
And
yeah.
PFC kind of has a lot of support within, like, not even within just the groups, just like from fighter to fighter and stuff too. Like there's a lot of support there. The other fighters see each other, and like it can be your first fight, and people will come up to you and be like, "Hey man, look, do this, get in there, do this," and people will give you tips even if they don't know you. So it's pretty good, pretty nice, tight knit family in there. Almost, it feels like sometimes.
Oh yes, for sure, man. And one thing I did like about what you just said is that they don't even have to know you. They'll just be like, "Hey, man, here's some tips for next time you get in there, or why you're even in there." I've seen people corner people that they don't even know.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
definitely,
I've
definitely.
I've seen that happen plenty of times at PFC, and I was just like, "Damn, that's awesome. Like that's a good environment right there." They're trying to help. They're trying to help fighters no matter what, whether you know them or not. And I'm always trying to express to people that if you want to go watch these fights, if you want to watch some good quality fights, and you want them around here, you don't want to drive too far, go to PFC, Peoria Fight Club,
Yeah,
because they bring the
definitely.
heat.
They get interesting, that's for sure. And we
Oh
and we
yeah.
bring some big crowds sometimes. Definitely, big crowds sometimes.
So out of all the performers, because I know we talked about fights, but now I want to talk about the performers. Out of all the performers Saturday night, what would you say was one that we should check out, if not all of them?
From this past weekend, I'm
Yeah.
excited for Zach Tyler Newman's new song because we didn't get to hear it with music, but just the bars he had, they were really fire. And like if we can hear that again with music behind it, I feel like it would draw a lot of attention. It sounds like it'll be pretty good.
Yeah, he's the man, dude. He's the man.
Definitely.
He sent me one of his two of his tracks. He sent me two of his tracks, and man, there's some bangers in there. There's some bangers in there.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome, man. All right, check this comment out, dude. Hey, I'm a fat fuck with no fighting skills, but I will fight you as long as I can do it while you are asleep and not looking.
Hey man.
What?
I don't know. We got weight classes.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, I don't really know either. That was a little different.
Thanks, Gabe. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I always appreciate a good laugh.
I know, right? And Rob's got 4 money signs right here.
Oh yeah, all about the money.
I don't even know how to go from there, man. I was not expecting
Definitely a
that.
different one.
I was not expecting that at all, man. So I guess give some shout outs, man. Who do you got in mind? Did you want to give thanks to, give a shout out to, get some clout to?
I want to give a big thank you to my whole team, my coach, the gladiators, all the girls that help out, keep our stuff in order and taking pictures and doing all that. They do a great job of that. They always make sure everything's where it needs to be. We are always right there, when you need your reps, they already got them ready for you, And then also want to give a big shout out to Kyle Edgar, R&B. He's doing big things. I can't say much, but he's definitely got some heat coming, so you guys need to watch out for that one. Shout out to my guy Malachi because he's out here putting in work with me all the time. Y'all see him; he'll come. And also shout out to my guy Aaron. He puts in a lot of work with me. Not as much boxing work, but he helps with my cardio and stuff. Gets me motivated to run. So shout out to everybody that helps me get where I'm at.
Dude, it sounds like you have a solid team around you, man.
Yeah, there's a few people in my corner that are there to be there.
That's awesome, man. I have to ask you, how did you meet up with them? I guess.
Well, Malachi I've known for a real long time. We've gone to school together, and we've been friends for a real long time. Just always were. And then Aaron, he was always around too. We all grew up in the same neighborhood. Actually, the neighborhood we all live in again now. So it's kind of crazy. We all grew up and got our own places in the same neighborhood, living in the same places. Not like the same houses, but like a couple blocks over, And
Right.
then my team, they all came out. Like my first fight, I didn't know any of them, and they were in my corner screaming at me like how we had just spoken about. People get in there, they'll yell at you and everything. And I wasn't breathing like at all that whole fight, And you can kind of see when I left after that fight, I was out by the dumpster throwing up. And Charlie came up to me and he was like, "Hey, man, like, listen, you got potential. We want to put work in. Like, if you put work in, we think you can do something. Come train with us. Come by. Come talk." And then I went there and I liked the environment. Me and Shane got in the ring, kind of boxed a little bit. He got me all hyped up for it, and I don't know, it was just there, the support system and the just like the work we put in. We put in a lot of work. They keep me to it.
Hell yeah, man! That's really amazing. Like I said, having a good solid team behind you. Well, having a team behind you is important. Have a good solid team that you can trust and really call a family. That's, man. People dream about that shit. So I guess let's go into your history, man. Where do you come from?
I'm from Chillicothe, born and raised. Been here my whole life, pretty much. I pretty much just work. It's all I do. Work, box, and then come home. I actually started boxing because I had a really rough patch about a year and a half ago, and I started doing a lot of questionable things. And boxing was kind of where I found my motivation not to do that. It kept me active. It kept me busy, so I wasn't out doing stuff I shouldn't be doing, and it kept me level-headed better than I was doing. So it kind of just ended up progressing, and I had seen like Pure Fight Club videos from like the backyard and the basement, and I had wanted to do it since then. Sorry, got a little bit of a dry mouth, but
no worries, man.
No worries. I wanted to get in there since then, but I was young, first of all, and second of all, I was real, like I've always been skinny, but like I was like skinny, like there was no meat on my bones at all, and that's saying something, because I'm still, there ain't nothing to me. So I didn't really have the motivation or the confidence to get in there, and then one day I was there, and buddy came up to me and was just like, "Hey, you want to get in the ring?" So we did.
Nice.
That's how it happened. Like I just came in to watch, and I had always talked about, man, it'd be cool to get in there. It'd be cool to be the guy doing it instead of watching. And then like it just happened, and I don't know, it progressed. We'll see where it goes.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Obviously, I've always enjoyed the last minute, hey, you want to get in the ring and fight? Like those seem to be like almost like they spread like wildfire inside your soul, once you get that taste. It's cool, man, and that's awesome to hear that's how that happened to you. So you said you only had 3 fights in PFC before you got the fight, or was the title fight your third?
Title fight was PFC my third fight. So I had only had 2 fights before that, and one of them was just someone else that had never fought, and then my second one was against OTF Alex, and then I ended up getting the title fight because there wasn't any other featherweights that were really confident or like deserving, is what Rob had said. No one else wanted it bad enough to get the shot.
So you approached Robert?
I don't think I exactly approached Robert. My coach had brought it up to him and to me, and it was empty. Like the spot was empty, and he had sent a message in the group actually about how the Big Trev was looking for someone to fight for the belt. And I immediately jumped on it and was like, well, I mean, I've been wanting to fight Trev anyway, so that works out. We can make it for the belt. And
that's dope.
There was a little bit of like uncertainty for a little while, but it ended up happening. I'm glad it did.
Hey man, you got to take as many opportunities as you can when you can.
Definitely. I try to jump on fights like whenever they come, like many as I can. I try to fight it as often as I can.
Oh, I feel that. I mean, it shows. You're about to defend your title next week.
I get in there and I have a good time. It's fun going there. You get away from everything. You get to beat all your anger out too. So that helps. Work all week, get mad at everybody, then you're like boom, boom, boom. get all that out, and you just go have a good time, chill, watch people get beat up.
PFC, Peoria Fight Club. Watch people get beat up.
Yeah. I mean, that's not exactly what it's about, but it is at the same time,
Right. That's cool, man. I dig your vibe, man. You're real cool. You seem real chill.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I hope so. So I guess man, where do you watch MMA, UFC, any combat sports outside of boxing, or is it just?
I watch a lot of I don't pay for the fights, but then when they come on YouTube and stuff, a lot of times I'll watch them and I'll watch clips from them. I do like to watch a lot of those fighters because you can learn a lot just from watching them. So my Facebook's kind of just filled with fight videos and cars and stuff. It's nothing but, shit like that. Scrolling through Facebook, you watch people throw a punch and you're like, oh, they do that a little different. That's weird. Because everybody kind of does it different.
Yeah.
There's a right way to do it, but then everybody has their own little spin on it.
The whole there's a right way and wrong way to do things. You can look at Roy Jones Jr. the way he fought. No one would ever tell you that that's the right way to fight, but he does it and he made it work and he became a champion off of it. And then you got people who stick to the basics and only stick to the basics that become champion and hold their belts. And it's such a a unique skill set that you need to define by yourself. Obviously you want to learn the basics, but then once you learn the basics, man, everyone's their own person. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Everyone's their own person.
Because what works for me isn't going to work for the next guy, which isn't going to work for the next guy. Everybody's body is different, bends different, works different. Different angles feel better and worse. So you learn the basics, and then you just got to kind of change them a little bit. Make them work for you.
Yeah, 100%, man. You are correct. Champ, where is the belt? Champ, where is the belt, man?
Oh, I had to go home and grab it just because I was I'm not going to ask you. I live right down the road, so I had to go grab it. I do have it here. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool to have. Feel pretty good to have it.
Yeah, I bet, man. That looks nice. That looks nice, dude. That's some good colors.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty bright. The white's real popping on it.
Yeah, it is. So I gotta ask you, man. After you won the belt, after the night is over, everyone's walking out. You're getting in your car to go do whatever you got to do. Did you go out with the belt and flaunt it?
I wore it a little bit on the way out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I got home, there was probably a couple pictures taken. I went home and celebrated. There was probably a couple pictures taken. I know a bunch of other people got pictures with my belt. My coach and my coach's wife. Erica, she got a picture with it. Everyone's like, can I see it? I'm like, I guess. I guess. I gotta be in it too,
Dude, that's awesome, man. That's beautiful,
dude. It was definitely a good feeling. It felt pretty cool.
Oh, I bet, man. I bet, dude. I mean, number one, to win a fight is amazing. But number two, to win a belt while you want to fight, bro.
Exactly. And I kind of came in there, like I said, people were not exactly confident in me because no one's really seen me in the ring against anybody that had any not had any sort of talent, not that at all. Because OTF definitely has potential. He needs to keep getting in there and keep putting in work. And then Tristan, who I fought before, neither of us had fought before really, so that wasn't really much of a real fight either. So it was kind of just my first fight where I could actually show what was going on, show what I could do a little bit instead of my first fight, I was all over the place. And then the other one, it was kind of just went a little too smooth. And then Trev hit me good. It felt good to get in there and actually get pinked. It was okay, now it feels real.
You know what's funny? So I support Too Strong, obviously. I'm a huge supporter of him. There was a fight that we went out to go. I was gonna go do interviews, but I couldn't do the interviews because I had forgotten my basically this guy. I forgot my microphone, but the transmitter box to make it work. So I just watched the fights from the sidelines. And I'm watching the fights from the sidelines, and there's this cat that comes out, and he's like, I want to fight somebody. And he's like, or Robert says, does anyone want to fight at 215 pounds? Lucas's ass comes out, and he's just like, I'll fight him. And he's the middleweight champ, you know? And I'm just like, all right, cool. So I'm watching the fight start, and he goes, and his opponent ends up hitting him in the nose, and he starts bleeding. And immediately Luke just starts going to town. And like I watch him like punch right through this guy's face, like right in front of me. As soon as he goes down, he looks at me. He's like, I think I just needed to get hit in the nose and start bleeding to wake up to feel like it was real. And then he just walks away.
It wakes you up. Like you get in there, and that first one is like you're kind of just in there, and then that first one hits you. You're like, okay, yeah, here we go. It wakes you up, gets you in the motion, you know.
It's funny because like I said the whole story it was just funny how you said it, and like I literally watched it happen to Luke, and I'm just like okay.
Yeah.
So
you'll see it with Shane a lot too. Every time when Shane gets hit in the face, you'll see him.
Yeah.
Smiles, like, puts his face up. Never has his hands up. Idiot.
What's that Mike Tyson phrase? Everyone's got a plan until they get hit in the face.
Yeah.
So let's look at the comments.
He's getting there. He's just got to keep his hands up. He hits real hard.
Oh, I bet, man. I mean, I'll take your word for it. So let's look at the comments. Robert Bryant says, "Where is the belt?" Right there, yeah. Check it out.
Right here.
He also says PFC every Saturday unless something comes up. I thought it was 2 weeks. I thought for sure you said 2 weeks. 309 Gladiators, man.
Yep. Can't keep sleeping on us anymore. We caught the belt finally. You can't sleep on the Gladiators anymore.
And then Gabe.
Yeah.
Let's see what he said this time. If you fought in another language, would you be a subtitle fight?
He's got a whole bunch of stuff to say, huh?
Bro. A subtitle. That was good. That was good, Gabe. That was good. I got to give you props for that one, man.
Pretty clever.
Right? It was pretty clever. Absolutely, man. All right, man. Well, I guess we already gave shout outs. If you want to give shout outs again, I'm totally cool with it. If you want to talk about something, totally down for that. But if not, man, I'm more than happy to I guess we can end on a high note, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm plenty happy to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for having me. Shout out to Mr. Hydration Station, obviously, because he's the guy. Drink your water. Don't forget.
Always stay hydrated, motherfuckers. You can't be training if you ain't hydrated.
Not at all. You get cramped up and you can't move. Water, water, water.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for coming on here. I'd be more than happy to have you on here anytime you want. Just message the page and we'll set it up, my man.
Thank you very much for having me. You have a wonderful day.
Hey, you too. Oh, yeah. And congratulations, champ. The champ is here.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much. Until next time.
Until next time, brother. All right, that was Bryce Kaiser, the champ, the featherweight champ at PFC. Make sure you go out to PFC and check out these fights, man. I'm telling you, okay, so like obviously there ain't no there's no ring, right? There's no ring yet. There's no ring. So you're like standing around. If you don't want to be in that crowd, if you want to be away from it, they got a whole second balcony you can go to. They got 2 balconies you can get up on and check out these fights from, man. It looks so cool just to be in there. If you want to be next to the fight, you can be into the fight. If you want to check out the fight from a safe distance, you can do that as well. If you want to be in a fight, say you got the itch to fight, let's hook it up. You can go to PFC, send Robert Bryant a message. He's a super understanding cat. He's literally helps out his community. Like the dude is teaching kids how to box. He's taking them out of their elements. Maybe they have some situations at home, that aren't the best, that aren't ideal. He's taking them out of that and teaching them how to fight, giving them something to do, giving them something to look forward to. He does this for his community as well. It's the whole reason this whole PFC was created. I'm telling you, go out, check out these fights. It's every Saturday unless something comes up. That was my bad. I thought it was every 2. That was my bad. It's okay, though. All right, we all learn, we live, and we continue on. So every Saturday, check it out. Bartonville, it's going to be at Club Truth. You get in the door, you check out these fights, you leave a little bit happier, and it's never too late. They start out at like 6, they end at like 8. So if you just want to go out and have a good time afterwards and hang out with the fighters or hang out with some people, whoever you want, man, that's the place to go. So make sure you check it out. Peoria Fight Club. Peoria Fight Club. Peoria Fight Club. Check them out. All right. Thank you so much. Again, that was Bryce Kaiser. He is the featherweight champion at PFC, and what a cool cat. What a cool cat that guy was, man. And if you didn't get to see the whole interview, make sure you rewind it. I'm out of here, though. I'm missing hydration. Make sure you stay hydrated, all right? You can't train if you ain't drinking water. You can't train if you ain't drinking water. All right, I'm out of here. Adios. Adios, sayonara, and all the other good stuff, and goodbye, all right? My friends.